when I first got in there, she was like, "You're not eating enough." And I was like, "What do you mean I'm not eating enough? I'm eating so much."
Yeah.
You know, I feel like I'm eating a lot, and that's why I'm not losing weight. But she really showed me how to eat to lose weight.
Welcome to Healthier Me, a show that highlights the health journey of everyday individuals in Saginaw who have chosen to take the steps to be well. Today I'm being joined by Theresa Jaime, co-owner of the Saginaw branch, Michigan Pipe and Valve, wife and mother of 3. Struggling with body image and her weight for years, Theresa tried numerous fad diets and felt that nothing was working. Today, she is here to tell us the one thing that she did to release the weight and to gain her confidence back. Thank you so much for joining.
You're welcome.
Yes. So how's your
Happy to be
energy?
here.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. I'm so happy you were able to make the drive in.
Yeah.
How's your energy today?
Great.
Yeah.
Great. It's Monday morning. Got up and worked out. Got some energy going, and it's a good day.
Yes, I love it. So before we open up this conversation and talk about your journey, I just want you to describe who you are in 4 words.
Oh, 4 words.
4 words.
I would say mother, wife, business owner, and positive person. I know that's 5 words, but
That's okay. So you talked about your roles and being a positive person. I love that. So this show, it highlights the health journey of individuals. And I know for you, your journey didn't start off very positive. So when did you begin to notice the struggles that you had with your own body image and your weight?
it started pretty early. I mean, obviously, a teenager growing up, you're always looking at your body image of, comparing yourself to other girls in high school and college and all of that. When I really started to notice that I really wanted to change something was after I had my first child. And it was just my body was different, different life, different everything. And I noticed I was not feeling too great. Postpartum was kind of an issue. So I just wanted to change and, help myself feel better about myself.
So you kind of talked about like middle school and high school years. Were you comparing yourself to the other girls, or was this a beauty standard that you were trying to follow?
Not really a beauty standard, but just, general image things. You know what I mean? I wasn't like the super popular person, but I wasn't, weight wasn't an issue, but I was always, comparing myself to other girls and women and, supermodels and celebrities and things like that. So, that was always, growing up, it was always an issue. And like all the fad diets and things like that were going on. So maybe I didn't actually have, go through all those fad diets, but, in a way, I definitely compared myself to a lot of those people.
So what type of fad diet did you try? I'm curious.
Weight Watchers was a big one.
Okay.
When I was growing up. I did try it before I got pregnant. I did try that. It did work, but then, always went back. Just watching what I ate, not other really fad diets. Weight Watchers was pretty much the big one that I've tried.
Okay.
My husband tried keto. I didn't really do that much. Tried, low carb, not no carb, but lower carb, things like that. Yeah. So
that one's a hard one, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And knowing what I know now, I would never do that again.
Yeah. I know a lot of people will say, I remember I was having a conversation with someone and they were like, I'm just going to take out all the carbs. And I'm like, no, you need them.
Yes.
But
yes.
Out there in this, the diets, they tell you don't eat that and don't eat this. There's so many things. So I just was curious to know, like, what did you try? So sounds like Weight Watchers. Yeah. You did that one. And it worked here and there.
It did. For a little bit. And then, you kind of go back in your old ways. It was never really a permanent solution.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. I don't think dieting is a permanent solution.
No. So. You literally just have to change the way you think about food and the way you eat food and things like that. So talk
to me about having your first child. I know You had your child in 2009. Is that correct?
Yep.
And you were invited to a boot camp at Sarah Fechter's, right?
I was,
Okay.
yeah. So I had Emerson, my first child, in March of 2009. And my friend Leanne, I played volleyball with her. We had played a rec volleyball. And she was like, hey, I decided to join this boot camp, and it's outdoors, and it's awesome, and it's really cool. You want to come with me? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that. It sounds really scary, you know? And once I was there, I really enjoyed it. I mean, I really pushed myself. She was there, so I had kind of a workout partner, you know?
Right.
And I noticed, you know, changes, and I lost some weight. I lost some inches, and I really enjoyed it. So I stuck with it, and I loved it.
Yeah. So I know group fitness is a little bit different than going to the gym, and you just said that you were a part of volleyball. So did you have, were you ever in the gym at all before going to this boot
Not
camp?
by myself.
Okay.
Not by myself. I never went to the gym. I never lifted weights or did it. I mean, I played volleyball. I walked. I, did things like that. So nothing really by myself. And that's when I fell in love with group fitness, because I was like, if someone else can tell me what to do, perfect. Then I can do whatever I need to do, and I don't have to think about it. All I just need to do what they say, and hopefully something good came out of it, you know? But the boot camp really made me fall in love with group fitness.
Okay. Group fitness is fun. I think it's a community there.
Yeah.
So talk a little bit about the community.
100%. So, so I started working out with Sarah Fechter at her boot camps outside. And then I can't tell you what year, I don't remember, but she had a studio. So she created a studio right on State Street. And so I went indoors and just started, becoming a member there. And just the community is amazing. Everybody lifts each other up. They, if you're having a bad day, they, they're just the community and the accountability and things like that. I just really, really love. And it's helped me to this day. I'm there almost every day. Still.
Wow.
And it's been a while, but I love it.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I was looking or kind of reading your story, and I know you started in 2009, but there was some time in between before you even found a new coach to talk about nutrition. So what made you decide to say, okay, I need to speak to someone about my food or how to meal prep or plan?
Yeah, so I always thought I ate good, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, I'm like trying to prep all the right things, but I never really had a concrete, like, okay, this is how much protein you should have, or, trying to find that balance. Like during the week I would do good, and then on the weekend I'd just eat everything. So I, waste all the things that I did. Yeah, I did during the week. I wasted during the weekend. I don't know what the turning point was. I know that Sarah and Lindsay have talked about one-on-one coaching and kind of promoted that. And I'm like, should I do it? Should I not? And then, along with mental health, I wanted, that was kind of declining. My physical health, I felt like I was working out, but I wasn't seeing any results. So I said, I talked to another girl at the studio that had done it. And I was like, is it worth it? Is it really worth it? And she's like, 1,000%. So I was like, okay, let me try it. So I kind of dove in head first and talked to Sarah, and I was like, hey, I kind of want to do this. I think it might be a good idea. And she got me in, and Coach Lindsay, Coach Z, is my coach, and I've been one-on-one coaching with her since December of, 2022, I want to say. And it's been amazing. It was like the missing puzzle piece. And it was like, I don't know. It was crazy. And I guess the one thing about it was like, you have to eat. You can't starve yourself.
Yes.
So that was a really eye-opening. When I first got in there, she was like, you're not eating enough. And I was like, what do you mean I'm not eating enough? I'm eating so much.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm eating a lot, and that's why I'm not losing weight. But she really showed me how to eat to lose weight, which was awesome. And combined with the exercise, it's just a game changer.
Yeah, definitely. I completely agree. And I was the same. I remember just kind of working out by myself. And then I downloaded an app and I started to track like the protein because I didn't even understand that part.
Right.
We only hear about calories, but then it's like, no, it's protein, carbs, and your
fat,
veggies. And
yeah.
I'm like, oh, I completely understand that being a game changer. So you also touched on mental health.
Yeah.
And I know in your story, and if you want to share this part about taking anxiety medication. So were you taking that, prior to 2009, before this boot camp? At what point did your mental health start to decline?
I think it was postpartum, for real. I had my first child. It was a brand new experience. I was a new mom, just a new wife, and just everything was it's overwhelming, having kids. And I was like, I don't know what to do. So I go to my normal family doctor, and what do? I think you have anxiety. I think you have depression, or whatever. So I had tried a few different anxiety meds. Through my pregnancies, I didn't take it. I would stop, and then after I'd take another one. So I tried a few different ones, and they felt like they were working, but I never really felt really comfortable on them. I didn't want to take them for the long run. That wasn't a long-term solution to me. And once I started feeling better physically, I think this is my next step. And that was literally just in August I stopped them.
Wow.
And
of this year?
of this year. So I told my coach, I was like, I really think that this is a goal that I wanted to have. And, I've been on anti-anxiety medication, and I think I want to try to get off them, and I also go to therapy every other week. So, I have a therapist that I talk to about it as well. And combined with everybody together, we came up with a plan, and I titrated off them, and I'm off, and I feel great. I don't have as, much anxiety symptoms as I did, and I just feel so much better.
Kudos to you.
Yeah,
that's
thank you.
awesome. And it just sounds like a village is necessary.
Oh, 100%.
And it sounds like you have that in your fitness community, and then just also for your mental health. So that's amazing.
I mean, at home, my husband is amazing. He's so supportive. He leaves me alone when I want to meal prep on Sundays, for a couple hours. I can put my headphones on and just do it. And so he has been amazing, just supporting me in this journey. My coach, my therapist, friends, all of that. So
that is awesome. So it sounds like get some friends, get a village. Get
Agreed.
a village.
Yes.
That's what it sounds like to me. So kind of touch on some of the symptoms that you were having while you were on or before the anxiety medication. What type of symptoms were you having?
I was having physical anxiety symptoms. I was having, just normal everyday, oh my gosh, I'm not doing enough. I don't know what I'm doing, and being a business owner and a mom and trying to juggle all of those things is a lot. And I just felt overwhelmed all around, I just didn't know what to do. And I went to my doctor. I was like, look, I'm not sleeping very well. I am not, I feel physical anxiety. I feel mental anxiety, all of the things. And she was like, well, that sounds like we could do this, And so that's when they put me on the anti-anxiety meds, which, helped the symptoms, but I wanted to do it more naturally.
Yes, definitely. So now that you're off and going through that transformation, how has your life looked different? And I know it's only been since August, but I'm sure you can see some changes.
Yeah, I feel a lot more calm in stressful situations, and it's like an example would be, if my kids are just, after school, they all come home and they all have breakdowns because they've been at school all day and they've been tired and they're all hangry and all this stuff. And if they come home and they're just like, Mom, 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 I can stay more calm in that situation and be like, all right, what do we need to do? Let's get snacks. Let's get relaxed. Let's do whatever we need to do and just kind of,
You chill.
Yeah.
So it sounds like more of a inner peace or
yeah,
calmness.
100%.
Okay.
And it's really cool to feel that because I hadn't felt that before. So it's really cool to know that that I can handle that without any medication.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so interesting. I have
Yeah.
a 10-year-old, and I remember it was moments like that where it was just like a lot of emotions from her.
Oh,
And I was
yeah.
like, I started to learn, and I was like, are you just hungry? You need a nap.
Yeah. I learned to take it not personally.
Yes.
Like, my child doesn't hate me. She's not mad at me. She's just really hungry and she needs to chill. Okay. Now we figured that out.
And then you probably also see that just in life in general, just
Yeah.
even as a business owner. I'm not sure, do you work directly with customers a lot, or what does
Not
that
really.
look like
I
for
mean,
you?
I do. As an owner, we wear many hats. You know what I mean? I can go out and talk to a customer, take an order, a lot of behind the scenes. So I do a lot of like the HR things, AP, AR, stuff like that. So I'm more in the back office per se, but I do interact. I answer the phones. So
You get some angry people on the phone too.
yeah, there always is, but there's always a customer that calls in every Monday. How you doing? Grumpy. That's what he says. I'm like, all right, that's all right. We'll make it better, So
It's not going to transfer onto you because
That's
you
right.
know how to keep yourself calm.
That's right.
Oh, that is awesome. So,
Yeah.
what other gains have you had since working with your coach and even your therapist? What other benefits have you seen for yourself?
I've seen so many. I mean, personal confidence. Just I feel so much more confident in my skin. I don't, I'm not constantly worried about how I look. I just my relationship with food has changed 100%. I don't see it as a bad thing. I don't see it as, I see it as fuel. And that's what I try to teach my kids, food is fuel. It's not, it's not scary. There's no good or bad food. If you ask me, is this okay to eat? Can you eat this? Yeah, I can eat it. I don't have to eat, I can eat a cookie. I had a molasses cookie yesterday. You know what I mean? Like, I can eat everything. It's just how you eat it and in moderation and, what you pair it with and all of that stuff. So the relationship with food and how I see food has changed a lot. And I really like that because I'm not so scared to eat the piece of pizza or to eat a cookie or to have a day off or, things like that. So I don't feel like I'm dieting. It's a lifestyle change, which is awesome. Confidence, just overall feeling happier, feeling, just better about myself and a little more level-headed, I guess, not so anxiety-filled. I feel like I'm capable of doing everything, superwoman type thing, trying to be, trying to do all the things, but it's awesome.
So, how have your kids seen it and your husband? Like, what changes have they noticed?
My kids recently, because I have taken their clothes, because I have a 13-year-old and a 15-year-old, and like, I'm like, ooh, look, the sweatshirt fits. They're like, dang, you are getting small. Like, they obviously the physical changes. I hope they see that I'm feeling happier and, they don't mention that, but, you would hope that they would see the changes that are happening internally as well.
And I was reading something, and it was talking about just how, like, the happiness of the family is kind of dependent on the mom sometimes. And so if she's in a good place, we know that the kids will be in a good place and husband will be in a good place. So
I hope that happens. I hope that's like that for my kids. I think so. We have a good family dynamic at home, but
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's good. So I know you talked about juggling all of these different roles. A mom, a wife, a business owner, you're part of a fitness community. So how do you juggle those roles and maintain being active as Sarah Fectors? How do you maintain being active still?
Yeah. I do it before everybody gets up. I am now a morning person. I've been doing the 5:30 a.m. Classes since I started. So even in 2009, I was in the morning. So never thought I'd be a morning person. I do love my sleep, and I do sleep in on the weekends sometimes when my child lets me. But I get up in the morning, 4:45 every morning, and get to my class, and when I get home, I wake everybody up for school, and that's how I get
Your personal time.
my personal time. That's me. That's my time. Yeah. And I love it. It's not a chore anymore. I don't feel like, some days it's obviously harder to get up than others, when it's raining or cold or wintry or whatever. But for sure that's my time. That's the time that I can do it. And the evening times just gets too busy. We got soccer, we got football, we got all the things. So I don't have a lot of time in the evening times to do it. So I make time to do it during the mornings.
Oh, I like that. You make the time.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
We get the
and
same 24 hours.
Yes.
Yep. So you really have to make the time. And I know a lot of people out there will say, I'm just too busy. And I get it. I'm a mom too. I work a 9 to 5. I completely understand. But you have to make the time, find the time, put it on the calendar. And it sounds like that is what you're doing.
Yeah, for sure. And it's hard work. I'm not going to say it's easy. It's not easy at all. All the things, food, working out, all of it. It's not easy, but it's worth it. And once you get that sense of accomplishment, once you see the scale go down, once you see the feeling of like having a better relationship with the food, it's worth it.
So talk about that, because we didn't jump into the weight loss. I mean, was there a certain number? How much did you lose?
Right now I'm down 50 pounds. Awesome. I never thought I'd see that. I didn't really have, when I started one-on-one coaching, I was just like, I have all these things. What am I going to do? So weight loss was a goal, obviously, but not the main goal. Once I started getting into everything, it happened really slow, very slow, like half a pound, maybe a week. Yeah. So in the beginning, it was hard because, you get to the point where like, I just want to lose weight. So you think you're going to drop like 20 pounds right away. And would that be great? Yes. But I know that what I'm doing and the changes that I'm making is going to help the weight stay off. Right. And so I was okay with only half a pound a week, or some weeks, no pounds, So, I'm at 50 pounds. I feel awesome.
Congrats.
Thanks.
That's
and
awesome.
I'm not done, I don't feel like I'm, but the weight is not, the scale weight is not where I'm going for anymore. I'm going for, I want to be strong. I want to be mobile. I want to be, healthy for when my kids get older and have grandchildren, so I can get up and down on the steps or the floor or whatever. I want to be strong. I don't care about the weight anymore. I want to feel good in my skin.
Yes, that is so good.
Yeah.
I had that same feeling. So before, it was a number for me, and I'm prior military. So I used to always be like, I need to get to this number. Even after I left the military, I wanted to get to a certain number. And someone said, stop focusing on that. Like, how do you want to feel?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't care. No, I'm
right. I just want to lose 50 pounds.
I just want to lose 50 pounds.
Yeah.
But once I got down to that number, I completely understood. And I said, it's about feeling good.
Yeah.
I want to feel strong.
Right. Because, I was up to almost 230 pounds, which I never, ever thought I'd be over 200, let alone 230. And, I am down to 180, 178, whatever. But I was lower in weight a few years ago than this. And I didn't feel as good as I feel now. So that's what kind of like, oh, I can be 20 pounds heavier, but feel so much better because I know that like I'm gaining muscle, I'm gaining, mobility, all of those things. So that really was like I can still feel good even though I'm more than what I was, 5 years ago.
That is good.
Yeah.
I love that. So are your children, are they a part of the fitness world with you, or is your husband?
Not yet.
Okay.
I would love, during the pandemic, we created a gym in our basement. So we have a weight bench. We have all of that stuff. My husband, just started sending stuff to our house. So during the pandemic, everybody was home. We needed to do something. So, we have a gym in our basement. So our kids do go down there with their friends and work out every once in a while, not consistently, but I love it that they do that. They're like, oh, I can bench, I can deadlift, all this stuff. So it's kind of fun that way. My son's 15 and I don't know if I'd be able to get him up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go with me. So that's kind of a thing. But I would like to get them involved in that a lot. That would be great. And I have an 8-year-old. She sees me working out and all this stuff. So that's kind of hopefully an inspiration for her.
It is.
My 13-year-old, he plays soccer and football. So he's been active. So, I hope that them seeing how I'm doing and what I'm doing is helping them, be a better, healthier version of themselves.
Yes, good.
Yeah.
So what does a typical day look like for you all? Talk about your day.
Okay. So I wake up at 4:45 every day, get all my stuff together for the gym, go to the gym, get home at about 6:35. I get my daughter up and my son that goes to high school. They go to school early in the morning at 7:30. I drop my son, my neighbors, and my nephew off to high school. And then I come home and I pick up my dog and I bring my dog to work. So we go to work and we work until 5 o'clock, 4:30, 5 o'clock. And then I pick my daughter up and we go home. We make dinner, figure out what we're going to do. I have this big board on my in my mudroom that I put all the activities and even dinners of what we're going to have all week on there. So we just look at what are we going to do? This is what we're going to do. This is what we're having for dinner. And do homework. And I go to bed by at least 9 o'clock.
Oh,
I'm in bed by
good.
9 o'clock. I can't. I'm like, I got to get up tomorrow. Now it's funny because I can say goodnight to my kids. Not my 8-year-old. She's in bed. But like my boys, I'm like, all right, mom's going to bed. Love you. See you later. They're like, all right.
You are very organized.
I try to be.
Yeah, I want to be able to write my meals down. I feel like I'm constantly wondering what I'm going to eat today.
Yeah, it's a struggle. It's the worst struggle ever to figure out what you're going to make for dinner every day.
So can you give us one good meal that you enjoy, like for the people out there that's watching, listening?
A dinner?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or just one of the meals you enjoy.
We like to eat chicken fajitas. So we marinate the chicken. My husband grills it, and we have veggies and rice and beans and tortillas and all of that. That's one of our favorite meals.
Okay.
We love that.
Yes, I need to.
When we have time to do that. A lot of times it's like my husband will throw burgers on the grill, or we'll have, I'll make pizza or whatever. So just depending on the day of the week, what we have going on.
Yeah. No, I really like the conversation because I know you're working with a coach, and sometimes people out there think, well, I have to give up everything. I can't eat like this. But it's like, no, you can still have the burger, but maybe take away the bun.
Right.
So did you make any of those type of changes?
Yeah, I do every day. I track my macros. So it's not about calories anymore. It's about protein, carbs, and fat. So, I track all my food every day, all day. So at the end of the day, if I have more carbs, I'll throw a bun on there. If not, I'll do a lettuce wrap and some veggies and, call it good. And another thing with eating better and knowing how to eat is like the cravings go away. I can eat dinner and be okay for the rest of the night. And that's really different than what I was before. I'd eat dinner and then like 2 hours later, I'd be like, all right, let's have a snack.
Yeah.
I'm hungry,
Need something sweet.
Yeah. I did recently discover the Ninja Creamy, which is an ice cream thing. So I put protein powder and Fairlife milk as like a protein shake in there, and you freeze it, and then you put it in the machine, and it comes out ice cream.
Sounds good.
It's amazing. If I want a sweet treat, I do that, and it does taste like ice cream. It's awesome.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'm going to have to try that. We'll talk later. So what's one piece of advice that you would give to the person out there who's listening or watching? What advice would you give them who they're probably a little afraid to go to a group fitness class? What would you say to them?
I'd say just do it. It sounds so scary, but a lot of the times some people are there for the first time. Some people have been there for a while. I know I've been there for a good, 8 years, 10 years. So I feel like, everybody that's new that comes in, I'll say hi, good job, things like that. Just make the leap, and you'll be pleasantly surprised on how much support you have during a group fitness.
When you're tracking your macros, what are you using? Are you like writing this down?
No, I have an app on my phone.
Okay.
Thank God. I mean,
what's the app? We need to know.
It's called Chronometer.
Okay.
It's a different app that I've never heard of before. I was on one-on-one coaching, but it's really nice. It because it doesn't focus on the calories. Like MyFitnessPal has it too. They have a macro tracking portion of that as well. But literally any app you could use that tracks macros. But I like it.
Yeah,
it's nice. It gives you all the information, and kind of my coach can change things in there. Like if we need to change, change my macros for something, then she can go in there and change it for me. So that's cool.
Yes. So we were talking about the macros because a lot of times, and I know we kind of touched on this in the conversation, but it's not always calories.
No.
Not always calories. It's the macros. It's your fats, your proteins, and carbs.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's where you see the dramatic weight loss sometimes.
Yeah.
It's just in that nutrition part. So give them the app again.
Chronometer is the one that we use.
Okay.
But MyFitnessPal, I know a lot of people use that for any sort of tracking. They have a macro thing too. Yeah.
Great.
And it's really cool because when I first started talking with my coach and trying to figure out my macros and trying to figure that out, I was like, that's a lot of I couldn't eat all the food that she wanted me to eat.
Wow.
After switching of a lot more whole foods, a lot of not a lot of box foods, things like that, like nutritious foods and whole foods. I could not eat all the foods. I was like, oh my gosh, that's a lot of food. And I didn't realize how much I had to eat just to lose weight.
Yeah.
And I could see the scale going down even though I was eating that much. And it's a personal thing because we always, eat less, move more, all of this stuff. And it's really, you got to eat more to support your body to lose the weight. Yeah. So that was a really big eye-opener for me.
But it's eating more of the healthier stuff, though.
Yeah.
Instead of the processed stuff.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's the easy thing to grab. And so how does the shopping look for you now? So is it like, they always say go around the perimeter.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. A lot of farmers markets. I love farmers markets. It's really cool. You can go and get all the local stuff. But yeah, a lot of the produce and chicken and beef and fish and all of that stuff, it's a lot of whole foods. And I give myself my time to prep on Sunday, and I also prep veggies. I also prep fruit. So like if anybody goes in my refrigerator, they can take a thing out that's like portioned grapes or portioned whatever. Yeah. So it's easy, and so I try to make it more accessible than some fruit snacks or whatever else is in my some Cheez-Its or whatever that's in my pantry, which is still in my pantry, but
So are you meal prepping solely for you, or is it for the entire family?
I meal prep for myself. I meal prep breakfast and lunch for myself and my snacks, but I also have more stuff for the family, like the fruit and veggies and things like that are in the house. That's easier to get to than other snacks.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Theresa. Is there anything else you want to let the people know out there about you or just your journey, or any advice you want to give them?
Well, I mean, just if you're scared to start, just start. Start anywhere. Start by getting 10,000 steps. Start by swapping out something something boxed for something whole food, just start. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars. You don't have to get a coach, but, just start.
That's it. That's
it.
The word.
You just got to start.
Well, thank you so much for joining me on the show.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
I had a great time.
So much. Thank you.